Hello everyone, welcome back. Shake and Bake Racing GT4 America Series, Week 4. We're here at a good one of my favorites, Virginia International Raceway in Alton, Virginia. As mentioned, track I really enjoy. Would love to be there out on the track with the crew, doing laps around this great course, but still always enjoying being here in the booth, calling the races as well. Hoping we'll see some good action there on that track as they run around. A couple interesting tidbits of the track. Originally opened in 1957 per Wikipedia on the internet, so this is 100% true. Created by a group of men using a bulldozer. The track had been closed from 1974 to March of 2000, so very long period that it just sat there, interestingly, and then was reopened, and since then I think has the activity that we know of it today. So lots of different series and events that run there, IRL of course, and of course lots of great layouts. We're running the full course today. But of course, there is, the north layout, the south layout, the grand layout, which is a lot of fun here. So we'll see how our drivers handle that today and what action we get. But let's first take a look at standings since last week. All right, a little bit of movement throughout the table after last week at COTA. So Justin JQ bumps up one position into the top spot, 90.5 points overall there. Vegeta trying to stay behind him in second, moving up a spot himself. Tippy was off last week, so because of that absence, I think contributes to his drop a couple spots out of the lead, down to third place there, 5 points behind Vegeta. ET up 3, 71 points, just a couple points off third place there. In fourth, Drew Donana, fifth place, Reeb in sixth, Doc Spaceman in seventh. So all of the three of them dropping down a position each, respectively. TBD up 5, holding 8th place currently. Kai staying still where he was in 9th. Enbert down a couple to 10th place. Cowmaster holding steady in 11th. Gingy Grant up 3 with 12 points. 45 points, but in 12th place. Tree the Cactus 13th. Bobby in 14th. Shaughnessy down 3 to 15th. Fubers holding at 16 and Jedi at 17. That is our full list of entries. We know we have a few people that haven't shown up every week. I think we have a good handful here. Half points, I believe the half points came from Lime Rock when we did two sessions at Lime Rock rather than one single session. That like we'll have tonight, one 60-minute race. Lime Rock, we did 2 sprints, and the half points I do believe come from that. All right, we are in qualifying here. Let's take a look in on that. We are alongside Fubers here as he's been making his way around in the nice white and blue Porsche. Let's update our tower here. All right, we're just under 10 minutes to go in qualifying as times are starting to shake out. Reeb so far on pole, 152.5. JQ nipping at his heels with the 52.7. Doc Spaceman back this week. Looks like I'm seeing 14 entries this week. That's great. That's a decent amount there. Good volume around the track. Vegeta bumping up to second place there, just behind Arib. Only a few tenths, a few hundredths off of the lead so far. Arib improving further, 152.061. So showing some good pace as we start off here in a qualifying session. Vegeta just getting started with the new lap. Let's see, Fuber's coming across the line. 153, so there's no improvement, I don't believe. And Cowmaster, as we were watching Fuber's, Cowmaster improves himself, goes ahead of Fuber's. 153.6 there. Let's see, I'll hop on to Kai here, who's coming around the end here. Onto the front straight. We'll stay aboard and see. He's at a 223, so that's probably an outlap. Hopefully this will be a time to get him on the board. Generally some strong pace from him, and remains at 223, so did we have an off track in there? Jedi coming across. See, TBD up in second place, 152.0, just 3 hundredths off of Arib. Judanana bumping up into third, 52.1. Vegeta still at that 52.5. Little bit of movement there as ET, Doc Spaceman get up in the 7th and 8th positions respectively, bumping Cowmaster Fuber's down. Looking like Kai and Tippy still needing to get some times on the board, some proper times I should say. I'm pretty confident that they'll be able to squeeze more than what's on the board between the two of them. Take a look at Kailu again. Round hog pen and to the front straight. Cross the line and no change. So not seeing adjustment there. Are we hitting some track limits, or do we have other times they're updating? So, but while that's going on, TBD with a fastest lap overall, 151.7. So he's in the 51s, only driver so far to do so. Arib with a lot to, with 3 tenths to make up there, try and take back pole position. ET up into 5th place now. JQ behind him in 6th. Gingy Grant in 7th. Gingy's teammate Doc there right behind in 8th. Cowmaster in 9th. Fuber's rounding out the top 10 so far. So we fall under 5 minutes to go in quali. Arib running down towards the line. See if he can get anything extra out of this lap. He is across the line, so I see no changes there. TBD holds on to that. Kai running towards the roller coaster. And back again. down through that towards Hawk Pen and then on to the front straight. Looks like he might maybe been a little wide there. Across the line, 153. So getting back to what I think a little bit closer to expected for Kai there. Back to the pits, maybe to refresh and get back out there. Just a few minutes left. Coming to 3:30 remaining in the session. So it'll be 2 laps maybe, 2 laps plus your outlap here, and then a couple laps left to try and get some better times. We got ET there, I think, taking the back straight pits. Slotting in behind TBD. TBD looking really strong so far as he maintains that 3/10 of an advantage so far. Across the line, no improvement. ET, don't see any improvement, it looks like. Drew Donata across the line. Drew with an update to his time, 3 thousandths behind Arib. Very, very close there, so we'll see how those battles shake out on the track for the race here in a couple minutes. Things are pretty tight out there so far. Not much big changes I'm seeing. Kai snuck up into that 10, taking that last top 10 position. Fuber's down to 11th there. Tippy, very strong runner in our early races, has not yet got a good time on the board. I'm certainly confident that the 09 is not where he's at. So maybe just getting a little generous in his track usage and invalidating his laps. Stay on board as he comes across the line and see if he gets something on the board better than where he's at. There it is. Second place, 151.8. So just a 1/10 exactly behind TBD. That is pretty wild there. So just needed to put a clean one together. Does so. And gets to the front row here. We get to the last minute remaining in quali for our session. TBD in the pits, maybe calling it. He's not going to have any other runs. Gingy Grant and Doc coming across the line. Doc looks like taking a position from his teammate there, bumping up to 8th. I do think that ET also snuck up into 5th over Vegeta. Vegeta coming down the back straight. See if he gets anything out of this one. Cowmaster in 10th there. Yeah, Tippy jumping up from the bottom half had pushed Kai out of the top 10 there, so... And we do hit the checkered flag for the session. Overtime as everyone finishes their laps, as long as they have crossed the line. Vegeta bails on the lap, maybe an off track, realize he's not going to get any more out of it, so that is it. Tippy coming home for one last run, see if he's got anything more in this. One last stab at pole. Over the line, no improvement. Most of our drivers just heading back to the pits, not having any opportunity as we take a look at ET here off-roading. I do expect that will be it. Gingy Grant in, looked like he was going to go to the pits, pulled out, and then just jumped there, so that should be it. We will hang out for the cooldown for a little bit and come back and get this race underway. All right, we are back. We are beginning our pace lap here at VIR. 60 minutes in front of us. Looking forward to this one again. Track favorite of mine. We've got decent, really good grid size here this evening as well. 14 cars. I do believe there's another driver trying to show up late, so round out to 15 would be great if they are able to get in here. TBD leading the field around the pace lap here. TBD taking that pole position. Tippy right behind. Just 1/10, I believe it was, behind. Very close there. Arib, third place. Drew Donata behind him. ET behind him in 5th place. Vegeta in that bright pink BMW there in 6th place. JQ in 6th place. Camaro boys behind there. Doc in 8th place. And Gingy Grant in 9th place. Cowmaster in our lone Aston Martin entry is there in the rounding out the top 10. Behind Cowmaster we have Kai, Fubers, Tree, and Jedi at the back. I do believe we're going green here, doubling up, so oh, we're still on the back straight. I didn't see where we're at, so we've still got a bit. Tippy to the back pits there. I do believe that in iRacing that would be a DQ or a black flag of some sort, so it's good to see both of the Dragon boys here. Tree and his teammate Jedi there. Definitely two of our great liveries on the field. Alright, we are doubling up into the roller coaster. What a fantastic spot for that. Really tests patience of the field as they run around there. Down into Hogpen and across down the front straight, and we will be green. See if things can stay clean into turn 1. Of course, always an opportunity for some fun. Green flag is out. Green, green, green. We see Doc looks like jumps out. Vegeta as well. Take a look overhead. 3 wide. Little nudging and bumping as we head down into... Oh, Fubers with a massive bump into Cowmaster there. Probably ended up as best as you could consider. No safety car on lap 1 here, so... just working on recovery. Bobby makes it in. He'll be behind, ground to make up, but he'll be able to run the race. Cowmaster there doing his recovery after the shunt from Boobers there. Look up front here. Oh, and oh, that is a rough one there. Was that TBD? Lost it there. Went spin around, collects Doc, unfortunately. Cow hauling, be catching up to Vegeta. Vegeta right behind Tree there. Kai in front. Taking a peek on the inside as they head into Oak Tree here and begin their run up the back straight. Of course, such a very important corner exit to make. It's everything for that exit because, of course, the ensuing long straight. A little bit of a gap forming between Vegeta and Kai ahead. Let's take a peek at our front three. They got a great close fight going on. Tippy out in front there, Reeb close behind, and Drew Donata there. Looks like we might... No safety car, no safety car. We are staying green. This front three fighting, and ET fell back from those. Drew peek on the inside, Reeb there doing a decent job defending, and Drew just, he overshoots it. He tried to switch back and had too much speed in there. That really hurts, takes him out of the fight from the top three. He's going to have to make it up. Tippy and Reeb, I know, are going to, they're going to fight each other. I've raced with them plenty of times and have seen them race plenty of times that they're going to race hard with each other. So we'll see if some hijinks happen between them. A little further back here, Kai chasing down Gingy Grant. Vegeta must have had a spill. He's way back in 12th right now. Doc further back there, TBD as well, trying to make up for whatever had happened to him on like that initial lap. Maybe just caught some grass or just went wide, and it caused, unfortunately, a rough go for Reeb, trying to stay tight with Tippy, utilizing the draft down the straight. Tippy going to push him over a little bit, make him just take the inside, and Reeb lunges up into roller coaster. Oh, they stay close. Is he going to hold it? Reeb pushing, and he gets it done. Gets it done. Great racing around that section of the track there. It does allow Drew to sneak up in there, and Drew is right back into this, right alongside Tippy. And a little nudging there going on as they're down into turn one. Oh, and a heavy bump to the rear of Tippy, but looks like they hold on to it. But this brings ET in a little bit. He's the second back, but I think there's an opportunity with the fighting going on up front. Sliding everywhere. As Tippy falls off a second behind Reeb. Reeb has just turned it on and taken off towards the, with the lead there. We got Kai, Cowmaster chasing down Kai as they run up the S's here. Kai off the track there, a little bump, and that's going to send him wide. And that's really, really, really tough to recover. Kyle losing it as well. Heavily losing it up there. That's going to cost quite a bit of spots for him as handful run by. Vegeta catches up to Kai there and will try to nab a spot as he works on some recovery. Take a peek back in the front as Tippy onto the inside into roller coaster on Drew. Something tells me that ET is maybe just biding his time, trying to stay with the pack. You definitely got to stay with them, but is it a when rather than an if something happens? As Zareeb crossed the line, fastest lap of the race so far, 152.640. Vegeta continuing his hunt down on Kai into turn 1 there. TBD right behind as well. Wrong way. There we go. Kai there in front. Vegeta and a pair of BMWs chasing down Kai there. Got a little pack running. Looking like the front is opening up a bit. JQ. Let's see here. Behind ET, that's our closest battle up front within a half a second. And then ET almost 2 seconds behind Tippy and Arib. Drew Donata is back. Missed something there that he fell off. I wonder if that battling with Tippy got too intense, and he was the victim of that, unfortunately. Bobby has made it into the race, rounds out our field at 15. So, a little hot lapping for him. We'll see. I don't know if we'll see his yellow. I think the cars are just too spread out. It takes a bit for that to happen. We've certainly seen some people bumping and rubbing, but I don't know if there is enough there that will bring out the yellow. And there you go, the commentator has called it. I'm not sure what and where. But there it is. Ask and you shall receive. I think maybe Justin part of that, but this is big for everyone here, as we're under 50 minutes. We've only ran about 12 minutes, and time opportunity for the drivers to regroup and regain some opportunity to gain some new positions. Bobby running around, trying to catch back up. Potentially we'll get a wave by, so he's 2 laps down now, so it'll be tough to catch back up. But and then Kyle had went to the pits, I think, from a wreck, so he will be working to catch up. Still a decent lap left to go. Our full field is there. It does sound like over the driver comms that Drew just, victim of his own self, a bit of a spin out, but he's right back in it. Bobby getting his wave round there and working to try and make things up. Cowmaster, after his pit, is able to catch up as well, so safety car in this lap as our drivers head through roller coaster towards Hog Pen, back to the front straight. They will stay single file, and our leader, currently Arib, will have the call. Waiting for that signal. Reeb has control of the field. And he goes right away. The field fans out. Cross the start-finish line, and they spread out wide. Let's take a look overhead. 3, almost 4 wide in spots down in the first turn. Reeb maybe using Tippy there a little bit to help him with his turn. Drew holding off Kai and Justin, I should say, and Vegeta. TBD here in the back behind Doc. Ginger Gran up there, 3rd place. Spot he's struggled to be towards the front this season so far, and TBD going off. Potentially what caused his troubles earlier, so willing to risk it again. Cowmaster trying to make up from the back. Oh, he sees him bumping. ET going off. That was Vegeta in the back of Drew, but everyone holding on to it. Seeing some lockups there. Down around the turn before the back straight. Again, very important exits to make, and they rush down the back straight uphill towards the roller coaster. Doc, maybe a little tire dip there. See some tire dips up front. As Drew is hauling there. Definitely has a lot of pace in that Mercedes to the top of roller coaster. Got to make sure it gets it done. TBD with a little nudge into JQ. Tippy out front. Missed the overtake there. He takes back first position. See if he can pull out, pull off from a Reeb and pull away, I should say, words, or if a Reeb can stay with him and maybe even take the position away. Vegeta here on ET. As they run around NASCAR Bend, I believe this is. Group still largely sticking together. Jedi falling off a bit there at the back. TBD way off in the back. Another slip up from him, unfortunately. On board with Doc here, going a little wide, down around Oak Tree. Again, working to get onto that back straight as efficiently as possible. See, he hunts down the 2 white Supras of Kailu and Justin in front. Vegeta side by side, I think, with ET as they head into the roller coaster. See how this is going to get done. They keep it clean. That's great. Great side by side there. That's not an easy spot to do that. They hold on to it, glued together. Little nudge there. That's great. That's some great running there. Vegeta with the slight advantage as they head towards turn 1. But ET on the inside now might give him the advantage. All about nailing that break point. Vegeta giving space. ET keeping it tight. ET slightly ahead, but now switches to the outside, so the advantage might go back to that big, bright pink BMW. Nudge of the corner there. All the while, Justin maybe waiting for an opportunity from that battle to get past right on the tail of ET. Of course, these two, amazing fight last week at COTA. If you haven't checked that, be sure to do so. Pretty much our only action we had around that track, as everyone else eventually just kind of spread out and there wasn't much to see. other than some good hot lapping, but these two really went at it for the majority of the race, and an amazing last few laps battle there, back and forth. It was really good stuff there. So we'll see if we see a little more of that. Let's jump ahead to Gingy Grant here, making a move, trying to make a move on Drew. Camaro with potentially some good straight line down the back. Probably taking advantage of some of the draft there. Drew, I could see him getting a little loose. Probably trying to brake late there. A little nudge on the exit of roller coaster there. Drew holds on to it to come around hog pen to the front straight and begins to pull away a little bit. Maybe a little struggle with the cornering there in the Camaro. I'm sure Drew will want to take advantage of this clean air, you know, almost 3 seconds behind. Try to stave off that Camaro and get away from it to try and make his charge back recovery to the front. As the front two, Tippy and Arib, are pulling away more and more. ET tight with Vegeta still. Good dip at the tires by Vegeta there. Round Oak Tree here. Once again on the back straight. Little maybe slide there by ET. Does that compromise his exit? It looks like Vegeta pulling away. We did see at Coda, especially on the back straight there out of the hairpin, the bobby pin, that BMW definitely had some good haul away at times. In the long run, you know, fell off, but we'll see how the battle is. I think it was Vegeta, ET, and Justin, I think, that were kind of part of that initial battle, beginning of that race. So see how that plays out here. Gingy maintaining this fight with Drew for third place here. Good fight so far between these two. Drew falls back, now almost to 4 seconds back from the leaders, so fight is for third place here. And it's not only Gingy Grant in that fight. Vegeta, ET, they're all within a second. There is definitely all the way down to 8th place Justin. That is certainly, I think, a fight that everyone there is has an opportunity here. So we see ET wash out a little bit. There is definitely opportunities, I think, for all 6 of these drivers for that final spot on the podium. And who knows, a pair up front too. Maybe a little aggressive with each other, and that could allow those behind to sneak up. So we'll see how that plays out. Bobby continuing with his laps, just here enjoying maybe the time to practice. Get some laps in, feel out the car a little bit further. Jedi down around Oak Tree doing the same. TBD and Fuber's a little bit of battle here in towards 12th place. TBD wide, seen a little bit of that, and I think that's kind of caused his troubles throughout the race there as he goes for a move to the outside. See a little movement up front. We'll check in on in a second here as TBD goes the outside, has to brake heavy, but holds onto the turn and begins to pull away. We'll see how that carries out. Vegeta out front of ET there. Gets that done, so Vegeta now working to chase down Gingy Grant. Gingy almost a second off of Drew though, so the gap is opening up there. Opportunities for that last podium position are falling away. As we hit under 35 minutes remaining in the race. Definitely a nice little gaggle here. On board with Vegeta here. Run up to Roll Corsa, chasing down Gingy Grant. Gingy finally figuring out that Camaro underneath him. I think this is definitely one of his best so far performances, best outings so far. Pair up front, little gamesmanship over the comms. Tight battle between the two of those, though. Fluctuating right around that quarter of a second mark. And then 4 seconds back is Drew. And a couple seconds there is... We are on board Kai, and of course, you hear that clicking of his hazards. I don't know if he can hear that. That would be very annoying. That's, you know, sometimes it's a hazard out there, so perhaps it's just good manners to let people know. Up to roller coaster. ET looking for an opportunity on Vegeta. Vegeta hitting the curb there, getting a little squirrely. Holds on to it. They rush down the front stretch here. The front two continue to run away. Drew trying to maintain that hold on the final spot of the podium, third place there, with Gingy Grant now almost slipping to 3 seconds back. He's maybe a little late into turn one. A little smoke on the tires. Holds on to it. Continues forward. Oh, and a bump there. I think that's going to be a safety car. That's some bumping and grinding there. We are at a safety car there. All right, that's going to shake things up. 31 minutes to go in the race. Jedi a little off-roading there. Now everyone does have to pit. So is this going to be some pits under yellow? And we're halfway at the race, so if people are running those pit stops right at the halfway point, are we going to see a busy pit row? field onto the right side, allow some of our back markers through, or lap traffic through, I should say. Jedi rushing up, trying to unlap himself. Safety car is in this lap, so they're not going to be able to take advantage. There's only, it's a short safety lap. So I don't know that anyone, people still might dive in as we hit our halfway mark. Tippy will have the call once we go back to green. Will that be our last yellow of the race, though? If the fights stay this close, I'm going to say no. Tippy with the call. Little bumping. Arib into the pits. We've got a handful of people in, and pit row is busy, busy, busy. Tippy stays out. Looks like Drew stays out. Cow stays out. We got a whole load in the pits. We'll see how this does. I don't know if this helps or hurts for anyone out there. So right now, we have Tippy out front, Drew behind, Cowmaster in third, TBD in fourth, Tree the Cactus in fifth. Everyone else in the pits, other than Jedi and Bobby. So huge, huge dive into the pits for majority of the field. Of course, that long pit stop that it takes for everyone. Cow getting a little squirrely. Holds it. Allows an opening for TBD. Some drivers discussing the their tires, how they're feeling. Some are not super great. I think some people are trying to make those extend those a bit, as Cow going a bit wide on top of roller coaster there. And off, hog pen into the grass. TBD dives into the pits himself for that required and potentially needed tire change. Drew Donata hoping to stick with Tippy. These two still needing to pit. So Reeb 60 seconds back. It's basically, they all dove into the pits at the green, so pit stops about 60 seconds long, tire change time, and so Bobby into the pits with speeding penalty there. Not what he needs. He's already quite a bit behind. We got a trail here. Those that went into the pits. Vegeta following Doc Spaceman there, and then with a group ahead of them of Kai, Justin, E.T., and Reeb. All out, all on fresh tires, so see if they can make those work remainder of this race. Reeb 75 seconds back from the leader there. Still not diving into the pits for Tippy or Drew. They're staying out, really extending this. Tree Fubers go in for their stops. Vegeta working to stay close with Doc. Taking a generous corner there. Doc going off, making that position change easy as Vegeta now works to catch back up with the group ahead. Kai with a heavy run in and just destroys Justin at the top of the roller coaster. Justin with a heavy recovery line there. And a trio running up towards turn 1. Kai in the middle of that. Let's see Vegeta back out. Kai gets... Oh! Bonk. That was looking like a potential pinball there that could have brought out another yellow. Vegeta is able to pull ahead. Trimming the grass once again. Still no pits for Tippy or Drew. They are just running it until the rubber falls off. They are required to at least make one stop, so they do have to do that at some point. I'm sure the tires will feel a little rough. So we see TBD sneaking into the view here. Oh, we've got some pit crew mistakes. Arib is dealing with a tire pressure issue. We'll see how that plays out. Cowmaster back to the pits. I think he had not pit yet with that first group, so that's his main pit stop here. Arib across the line. ET trying to stay up with him. Part of that group, of course, that pit right after the ending of the last safety car. Vegeta is back quite a bit from them, however. Almost a good 4 seconds. 4 seconds back there. Doc close behind. And then Kai. Justin doing a decent recovery here. Back up with that group. Of course, his teammate Kai unfortunately taking him out at the top of the roller coaster a bit ago. So he's working to recover. Definitely a strong driver there. Tippy finally in the pits. Keep an eye on that. Drew. Let's see, we'll have to check and see if Drew has pit. I don't know. I want relative. Nope. Drew Donata has not pit yet, so he's still out. Arib, we'll stay on him. And we'll see how this shakes out. Tippy rolling out. Where's my side-by-side view? Oh, and he gets past the undercut. I do believe seems to have been beneficial. There it is, the right click. Okay. Not helpful now. Okay, Tippy. All right. Late pit stop. Is that going to cost him? As he has to warm his tires up. ET and Arib out front. Drew in the pits. See if Drew put on some pace there to get ahead, but as we see, Tippy is falling behind. He's almost 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds back from ET there, so it's going to be significant as we're under 20 minutes to go in the race. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. I can see up there Vegeta working to stay up with this front group. I think this is going to be our front four. We'll see how Drew comes out. Well, Drew will probably come out sometime after Tippy. So maybe in front of Vegeta, we'll see how that shakes out. Kai, TBD side by side there, keeping him tight to the edge. Maybe a slight advantage on the inside line here as they rush up towards Roller Coaster. Gets it done, TBD. Oh, I think he was probably pressing everything on that brake and just a little kiss of Kai there. Let's go on board with and Drew just gets moving, but there goes. All right, so and he comes out and TBD and Kai. I think TBD went to go try and make a move, but the car was coming out of the pits, which he has the right to do, so that threw him off. Well, that cost Drew quite a bit. He's fallen back from second place down to 7th now. Kai and TBD at it, bumping there, a little nudge off. Drew taking advantage, trying to make up ground as much as he can. But things have really shaken out there towards the front as JQ and Kai. Bobby with another 10 seconds for speeding. I think he struggling with his pit limiter there, so things are really spreading out though. We're well over a second throughout most of the field other than this little group here. Drew Donana splitting the two white Supras, working to run down Kai along the back straight, dips to the outside. And that Mercedes has had legs around VIR tonight, and on full display there through Roller Coaster, getting the move done. Kai sniffing back in. Drew pinching it off and heads towards the front straight after TBD. I think Drew will probably pull away here. It's been really strong all evening so far. Tippy getting within a second of ET there, so trying to get one back. 16 minutes to do so. All about consistency now for Arib. See if he can hold on to that win. Shinji Grant, rear of the field, so issue sometime for him. Drop back. Jedi going strong. Cowmaster trying to stay with 11th and 10th there. Jedi in the pits. Looks like we had a disconnect for him, unfortunately. Mechanical failure in the sim racing world, as we say. And it's thrown him to first place, probably because he jumped to the pits. Fuber's chasing down Tree here, top of roller coaster. Both of them look like they're coming in a little hot. Tippy, oh, and Tippy setting the fastest lap and then getting it done on ET, but ET takes it back. Drew Donata, 151.8, our fastest lap of the session so far. Working to catch and get past TBD. See if he can make any effort towards the front few. Vegeta trying to hunt down the front three. Tippy and ET likely battle that maybe will allow Vegeta to catch up a little bit, and on the other side allow Arib to pull away. So we fall 14 minutes to go remaining in this. Little action in the back here. Cowmaster getting move done on Fubers. Now goes to hunt down Tree. Closing in pretty quickly there. Tippy and ET back and forth. Tippy likely taking advantage of that great draft down the back straight into roller coaster. Getting it done, and now it's eyes forward. After Arib with 2-second advantage currently, 13 seconds to go. Let's take a look. There we go. Look at our sector by sector comparison between the two, Tippy and Arib. Last laps, we have Arib with the 52.6, Tippy with the 52.8, so a couple tenths better. Couple tenths better there. Tippy, see, Arib faster in Sector 1, a hair slower in the last two, so. Things begin to draw out a little bit. Tippy 1.5 back. So I think that the advantage was about 2 seconds. Yeah, keep an eye on this comparison here. I want to see. Comparison. There we go. All right. So they run down the final corner, hog pen towards the front straight. We'll see how things look. The gap has come down a little bit. 1.25, 1.25 seconds. Arib across the line, 52.8, and Tippy all in green on the comparison there, 52.1. That's a significant difference there. So we got 7 tenths there. That's 2 laps. If he maintains that, he's got this. So Tippy is hauling. He is making some great progress there. The pit strategy, didn't seem to work out, unless maybe it has from a tire difference, tire delta here. if that's that much of a factor. But he has certainly caught back up, almost to 1 second to go to Arib. So ET falling off a little bit between the two. Vegeta there as well. Maybe just waiting for some shenanigans between the front 2 or 3. Certainly history amongst them. Doc here at the little bit of a lunge in towards Kai. As he works to use all that in that Camaro to get past the Supra. Does so. See if he'll hold on to it. Let's get back to this battle up front as we run around our final corner towards the front stretch. Take a look at our sector comparisons, lap comparisons here as we're 9 minutes to go. All right, 52 seconds for both, but a 7/10 difference again. So there we go. We're down to half a second to go between the two of these drivers. First and second place, Arib and Tippy. Definitely gonna have to keep an eye on it. Oh, and there's the nudge. Holds on to it. Now the flash of the lights, honk of the horn as Tippy just Arib tries to hold the inside. Keeping it in there, and I think Tippy being considerate. That's some good racing there between the two of them, though. I think they'll race hard, but race smart here. They don't want to ruin each other's races. City is just, oh, he is. Oh, really, really pushing the limits there. Arib with a massive dive down the inside. It's gonna work out. ET's got to be just here, just enjoying the popcorn, waiting for the opportunity. These two are gonna go hard for the rest of this race. I am certain of that. 7 minutes remaining. It's going to get wild. Arib a little dipping tires a little bit there, getting squirrely, holds on to it. They rush up down the S's. Vegeta sneaking up into view here behind ET, catching up. Arib, is he setting up the draft? Vegeta chasing down. Looking for a move on ET. ET. It's going to fall to the pink BMW. Arib in behind on Tippy there up into roller coaster, but Tippy holds on to it. Side by side for these two here, back for the fight for third place. ET falling off. Needs to stay with Vegeta. Do what they can and maybe take opportunity of something that happens up front. See how the run into turn 1 goes for the pair. We're going to see a move, see a dive. Nope. Good, just clean corner in for the both. Things are pretty spread out. I think the rest of the field, this looks like our best 2 matches across the field. I'm going to call out a little pop-up banner there. Nice overlay, a lot of good features here, but you know, I did pay for this, and it's frustrating that can't remove that. So ET trying to stay on Vegeta, going off into the grass. We've seen a lot of landscaping being done tonight here. Lots of grass to be landscaped, mowed, trimmed, however you want to describe that. We got Drew in the pits. Jumped ahead, so I don't know if he had a big incident that he had to jump to the pits, putting him, you know, on the tower in first, but there's definitely an issue there. Drew in the pits there is going to fall back down. Not sure what happened there. Tippy is holding on to it. He's pushed it past a half a second between the two. 3 minutes ago, we got 2 laps. 2, maybe 3 laps. They're really starting to stretch out as Reeb falls over a second back. Vegeta second, within a second of Reeb. See if there's a last lap or 2 effort. ET trying to stay in it for that final podium spot as well. Gap's just really beginning to open up for our front 4. Third and fourth, ET and Vegeta still trying to stay in contention here. I think Tippy will keep it clean. He'll hold on to this. Final lap. We are last lap. White flag is out. This is it. Reeb, Vegeta, and ET, I think, still in the fight for the remaining podiums there. I'm going to say that Tippy's going to bring this one home, but I suppose something could happen. Hopefully not. ET falling off a little bit there as he goes over a second back behind Vegeta. Vegeta closing in on Reeb. Might be an opportunity here between the two of them. Pay attention to the gap here. This is the last lap though, so it's really going to take quite an effort from the BMW driver there. Onto the backstretch for the final time. Vegeta, right, still trying to stay, getting almost down to half a second through roller coaster final time. Tippy Tongi looking to bring it home. Down the front stretch for the final time across the line. And that is your winner for the race. Great job there, great run. Reeb across the line next. Vegeta, E.T., Justin will be next there in 5th. Doc Spaceman coming around for 6th place here. We'll have Kai behind him. TBD in 8th place. It'll be Fubers next. Cowmaster, Gingy Grant, Tree, and Bobby rounds out the field. So there it is, folks. That is our run for Virginia International Raceway. Some pretty good, good eventful races there. Some duels. Hope you enjoyed that as well. All right, well, that is it for this week. We will be back next week for NOLA Motorsports Park in Louisiana. Not one I am familiar with, so we'll run through that and see how that treats us next week. So come back, enjoy another race. Week 5 continues, and we'll see you then.